Well, this is a 2023 Camaro ZL1 Zebra Lima 1 LE1 Lima Echo 1. And it has a lot of features. And today we're just going to discuss how you can, these are called DSSV, Delta Sam Victor shock absorbers. They're unique to the ZL1 1LE. Think of it as a track car, which is what it is. Now, you can automatically get 2 to 3 degrees of camber by moving the camber plate. And let me show you how it started out. When you look at one of these, which is in its stock configuration, I love it when the light goes off, just suddenly decides, oh, I'm gonna go off. You'll see this little copper nub, and it is on the inside of the car. And you'll see the 3 bolts. I think they're like 10, 15 foot-pounds. Now this copper plug, if you look real careful, you'll see some lettering right down here. Now this one has not been changed. Now in order to change it, you need to take the front wheels off because you've got to unload the sway bar. Because if you don't unload the sway bar, you'll never be able to move this so that you get track camber. See how it's written right there, track camber? And that little plug looks like, come on, stay up, light. It's gonna give me a hard time. That's all right, light off. So this is the little plug that you saw in the video. And this is the 5mm Allen bolt that goes in there. And it is found inside the wheel well. Another reason you have to take the wheel off. And you'll see it screwed in, and it is screwed in right there. You take out the 5mm Allen, and then this pops off on the top side. Then you take an 18mm socket and rotate this camber plate. You take out the, I think these are 13mm bolts, and like I said, they're not in very hard. They've got, as you can tell, sort of a washer affair on either side, and they grip into the shock tower. You know, I've got to get a different light. Then you rotate it clockwise, which I've done, and then you line up these bolts again, torque them down to, I think it's 10 or 15, 20 foot-pounds. And now you've added 2.5 to 3 degrees of negative camber. Now, for those of you who understand camber, I'm not trying to insult you. For those of you who don't understand camber, I will take a minute to explain it. So, this is a tire, kind of obvious. And notice that it's vertical. If you look at it, it's just vertical. Negative camber means that you'll actually tilt, this is the inside of the wheel, you'll tilt the wheel, the top, in towards the car, which causes it to go at an angle, which is negative camber. If you did it this way, it would be positive camber. Well, you want negative camber on a racetrack because when you take a corner at really high speed, the car starts to lean over and it gives you a complete contact patch. If it had neutral camber, no camber at all, when you turned into a corner real hard, you'd lose part of the tread contact with the pavement. So you start out with negative camber, come down the straight, come into a corner real hard, and as the car starts to lean in, the negative camber flattens out and you've got a good contact patch, which is what you want when you're making a high-speed turn. So that's why Chevrolet, General Motors, did this little track camber adjustment, because this is you can drive it on the street, but it's a race car, plain and simple. It's got a supercharger, 650 horsepower. It's a beast. It's also an automatic, but that's a story for a different day. So once you've done this, you then go over to the other side, remove the Allen wrench. You take this little 5mm, go into the socket, which is underneath, take out the bolt, and then drop this camber plate down, and the little bolt, which was sitting there, just like it is on the other side, will fall out. You want to save it, and then you just rotate it 180. You see this lettering come out. Life is good. You are now got negative camber automatically. Now this car will be taken to my favorite alignment shop, Clifford's. Forrest does the alignment. He's really good at it. And I'm gonna have him check the nuts and bolts and all the other cool stuff. And then it'll be set up for the track camber, which General Motors recommends. I think it's 2.7 degrees negative camber in the front and 2 degrees negative camber in the rear. So that's how you do a camber plate on a ZL1 1LE. Obviously they don't make these anymore. They ended production about 6 months ago. But I was lucky enough to get a used one with 2,000 miles. Look forward to taking it on the track. Talk to you later. Peace out.